Hello viewers, welcome to this tutorial. So today we are going to look at some of the best practices while using OBS to live stream on Facebook. And some of those best practices comes with we're starting from setting up OBS and then for smooth live streaming on Facebook. So let's get started. So we are going to start from downloading OBS and then installing it on our computer, setting it up to be able to live stream on Facebook. So we are going to start with opening up our browsers and then we search OBS. So then press enter. So the OBS web page will be generated and then we load it. So the beauty of this software, it can be installed on Windows, Mac and Linux. So this means someone who is using Windows will be able to use this software. Someone who uses Mac will be able to, and someone who is using Linux will also be able to use the software. So you click on any depending on what you use. So for that, since I'm using Windows, I'm going to click on Windows. So once I click on it, it will load this and then the setup will be generated and then you save it to be able to download. So after the download have been done, you open whether it will go to download or desktop. So whatever storage you have saved it to. So you open it and run it and follow the prompts. So I'm not going to download it because I already have OBS already running on my computer. So after installing it on your computer, it will generate an icon on your desktop, or you can search for it on your computer and it will be able to show here. So mine is already installed, so I'm going, and it's open, and it is also the one I'm using to record this tutorial. So I'm going to open it. So by default, if it's your first time to use OBS, it will come when it is in having this one window. But if it's not your first time, or if you want to remove this single window to have two windows displayed, you just come here and look for studio mode and have the two windows showing. If you want to go back to single window, again you come back and click on studio mode. So as you can see, our software have a preview window and it also has a program windows. So the preview window, that is where we prepare our work. Then after you have done everything and you have prepared your work, or be it a video, and you have incorporated the graphics, the titles and so on, then you push it by clicking on transition to the program window in order to become live and viewable. So down here we have where we have the scene window, then the source window, the audio mixer window, scene transition. This one is the same as this. So this one helps us to interchange scenes from one to the other. So we have the control window where we do where we have the start streaming button, then stop recording button and start. So we have the where if we have incorporated the virtual camera, we have a button for it. The studio mode, we have looked at it. The settings, that is where we are going to. So in order to have anything in here, you have to create for it a scene, and then you come here on the source window. So if it's a video, you create a scene for the video. Let's, for example, video. Then you come here on the source and you look for that video. I've clicked on media source and you look for that video, you browse it. If it's on your computer, you just browse it and bring it in. You get like that. So that means your video will be here, and to come here, you just pray. So before we go into that, we are looking at best practices of using this software. So how do we set up OBS to smoothly live stream an event on Facebook? So first of all, we are going to go to the settings so that we set our software depending on what we need. So here with this window, we have key interesting areas, and that is the output area, then the audio and video area. So once you click on the output, and then by default, the settings for streaming will be the first one to display. So the audio track, it is recommended to always have it on 1. Then the encoder, it always supposed to be at X264, and that is okay. We have the rescale output. So this is where we set what the user should be getting in terms of resolution. So it is not active, as you can see, because I'm using this software to record this tutorial. That's why it is not active. But on your end, you just need, since yours will not be doing anything, you just need to come here and then tick or untick here, so that you are able to see all the settings. Here there is full HD, and so many others. So we have the rate control where we set our bit rates. So it is recommended to have our bit rates at CBR, not at any other, because with the CBR you are able to stream constantly, minus your bit rates being able to increase or decrease, but being constant. We have also the bit rates. Here we are recommended to set relatively lower bit rates so that the user out there is able to access our streaming, however bad their internet would be. So here it is recommended to consider those people which are also having a network problem, or in areas where the network is poor, because if you increase these bit rates to a higher number, so that means you'll be targeting those people, only those people which are having a good internet connection above 8 Mbps plus megabytes per second plus that speed. So but with this kind of number which I have set here, I'm able to live stream to everyone, however much their internet will be. So once we leave that setting, we are going to look at the key intervals. So the key intervals for streaming, it is recommended to start from 0, which is the auto, up to 3. You don't exceed 3. But this one we don't need, I think, to tamper with it, because 0 is enough for it. The CPU usage is supposed to be at very fast. It is supposed to be at very fast. Depending on our machine, if your machine is very, very fast, then you can put it on super fast or ultra fast. But very fast is the startup recommended CPU speed. So the rest we can leave them as they are, and then we go to the part of the audio. So our audio sample rate is supposed to be at 44.1 kilohertz, and then our channel is supposed to be in stereo in order to get good sound. So that area is also done. Then we look at the output resolutions. So with this, these are the resolutions the final viewers are going to get while consuming your video. So here I've put mine on full HD. It depends. If your computer cannot run full HD, you put at least an HD which is lower than this. So there is normal HD, then HD, and so many others. But mine, I'm going to match them, the output and the base. I'm going to match them as they are. And then the downscale filter, it is recommended to be at 16 samples. And also the custom FPS value are recommended to be at 30 in order not to stretch your computer. So after all those settings are being done, so we click apply. So you are seeing mine is not active, but yours will be active, because mine is not active because the software is already capturing this tutorial. So once that is done, we click on OK, and our software here will be ready to run a smooth live stream. So from here we shall go back to we go back to Facebook, and then set up our event. So I'm going to stream on a page. That's why once I visited Facebook, it is already logged in. I'm going to click on a live video so that I create a live video. So it will take some time to load. I'm going to put off this and also this. So so since we are streaming from a software, I will not need a webcam. So I will just go straight here, and then once I click on streaming software, so they will generate these settings, and I'll click on advanced in order to access all the settings. And we need, in this area, we just need these two: the server URL and the streaming key. So from there we are going to go back to our OBS and then click on settings. Once the settings window is loading, we go to settings, and then we delete whatever is here. We delete whatever is here. Then go back to Facebook, pick the streaming URL first, and then paste it there, and also pick the streaming key and also put it here. And once they are there, I will click on apply and then say OK. So there it is ready. Now the next thing is to source what we are going to stream. So if you have connected a computer, if you have connected a camera on your computer using a capture card or anything, or you have connected your virtual camera, what you do, you just come here, set a scene, let's say camera 1, and then we source our camera 1. In this in this I'm going to use the video capture because I want to incorporate my webcam into this software so that I'll be able to stream myself while explaining these things. So I will click here. So if at all you are like we saw in the beginning, if at all you want to stream songs like non-stop or whatever, so that is where you go. If you have anything in VLC, you are playing anything or music or what in VLC, so you can just source from VLC any as you can see, but for now we are going to do video capture device. Then you can rename this, but mine I'm going to leave it as it is. It has no issue, but and then I source whatever I want to source. So as you can see, my webcam is in, but it is not fitting on the screen. So to fit it here, you just right click on it and then look for transform and click on fit to screen, and there to be fitting on the screen. So remember, this is not done, because if you start streaming or when this video is not showing in the program window, people won't see anything. They will just see whatever, as you can see there. But to actually to stream it, I have to bring it to the program window so that it is able to show whatever I'm saying here. So from there, I click here to start streaming on Facebook. So once I click there to start connecting, so once it shows this green button, this means the network is okay, everything is set well, and let's check our Facebook to see. You see, my video is already on Facebook, and you just need to click on go live in order people to start accessing your video. So that marks our end of this tutorial. We have seen how we can actually set up OBS to live stream on Facebook perfectly with no network buffering, without any problem. So thank you for watching. Just keep waiting for my next tutorials. Thank you.